Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever wanted a fluffy and luxurious bed but you couldn't figure out how to do it, and when you tried to do it, it broke the bank? Well, if you've ever struggled with that, don't worry, because in today's video I'm going to cover it all. Before we get into today's video though, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And I do want to thank Italic for sponsoring today's video, but I'll tell you more about them later on. Let's get into it. So for today's video, we're actually going to work in my own bedroom, and I'm going to show you how I get a hotel looking fluffy bed really affordably. First things first, the foundation of a luxurious bed is all about the sheets. It's all about the sheets, and not all sheets are created equally. So when it comes to choosing sheets myself, I love to choose either linen or sateen sheets. So if you really sleep super warm, then the linen sheet is for you. It is really good for temperature balancing. Now, if you want something really nice and slippery and it really feels like you're in a fancy hotel, then go for the sateen. Today, I am putting actually Italic sateen sheets on my bed, and again, I want to thank Italic for sponsoring today's video. Now, I know that this can be the most daunting part of getting a luxe looking bed because sheets can be really expensive. I found sheets before that are more expensive than everything else you put on your bed. Well, that's why I love to turn to Italic when I'm looking for good sheets. If you're not familiar with Italic, they are an affordable marketplace for pretty much anything. And the best thing about Italic is that they're using those same manufacturers at luxury brands, but because they lack that brand name and that retail markup, they are 50 to 80% less expensive. That means you're going to get that luxury hotel bedding at a fraction of the price. Italic has over 500 products, from cookware to cashmere bedding. They even have things for your pets. I mean, Wiener has this really cute pet carrier from Italic, and he looks so cute in it. I just really love Italic because you can get the same products as those luxury brands, but you can get them affordably. You don't have to sacrifice quality for the price, and that's what I'm all about. We're all about the luxe look for less here on DIY with KB. If you're interested in trying out products from Italic, like the sheets I'm going to talk about today, or the duvet, or this really great selling soy candle, be sure to click the link down in the description box to check out Italic. And for those of you who are placing their very first orders with Italic, and if that price is above $50, you're actually going to get this candle for free as a gift with your purchase. I absolutely adore Italic. You've heard me talk about them for months, and I'm so happy to be working with them right now. But before, I was just raving about how great they are. The quality is there, and you're going to see that as we keep making this bed. So again, when it comes to step one, it is all about getting those high quality sheets. So I am putting on the sateen sheets from Italic right now. Now, I do have to say this. Part of that comfort is also when you get brand new sheets, you have to wash them. It actually relaxes the sheets and it gets really comfortable. If you've ever just slept on them right out of the package, it doesn't feel quite right, and it has kind of the package smell. So you do want to throw them in the laundry. Not only will it relax the fibers, but also it'll be really nice and toasty for you to get into the bed. And there's nothing better than that. If you really want to take it to the very next level, you can also fold some hospital corners. You're seeing me do that right here. It is wholly unnecessary, and I only kind of half did it because you don't really see them with how I like to make the bed, and how you make a bed in a kind of a luxurious way. It's not necessary. Of course, you can hospital fold your duvet at the end, but again, I think that that's very unnecessary. But just start with the foundation of really high quality sheets. Now that you have your sheets down, the next step to having a bed that looks and feels luxurious is to get a good duvet. So a duvet, comforter, whatever you want to call it, you want to get something that is really high quality with a high fill power. I'm going with the Italic duvet that actually has a fill power of 700. So the higher the fill power, the fluffier something is. So if you're able to get something with really high fill power, it's going to look really nice and fluffy, which is kind of the goal here. Now, does that come at a premium? Yes, but again, if you're shopping with Italic, you don't have to worry about all of those upcharges. So I absolutely love that. Now, people really struggle with duvets because they don't like that they have to put covers on them. Again, you can use a comforter, but part of the luxury experience is actually adding a cover to your duvet, because a duvet cover allows you to mix up the pattern and the texture, and we want to layer those things when we're cultivating a luxurious space, because if everything is the same, it looks kind of flat, it looks kind of bland. So next, you have to select a duvet cover, and people don't like duvet covers because they can be hard to put on. But honestly, this is how you need to do it. First, I want you to lay your duvet cover down. Then I want you to get your duvet and lay it on top of it. Then I want you to just, tie the duvet kind of like you tie your shoes. Very simply. You don't have to do a very big knot and get it stuck there forever and have to cut it out. We don't want to do that. Once you've done that, then I just want you to like flip it inside out. You can roll it like a burrito is what some people say, but I really think you can flip it inside out. Here's me doing it all by myself, and honestly, it only took me about a minute and a half. The way I kind of prevent the curling up the duvet is actually I lay the duvet down on the cover and I do the tie so that I tie the top of that duvet with the corner instead of doing the bottom to the, you know, I'm not even explaining that well. You'll be able to see it visually, but this little thing prevents the duvet from kind of curling up on itself and messing up the seam, which I know a lot of people complain about. So here's another trick. When you're putting on this duvet cover, you want to button it so that the buttons face the inside. You don't want the buttons to be visible, because if your duvet shifts up or something like that, you'll see the seam, you'll see all those buttons, and they just don't look super luxe. So if you button them on the inside, you get a really, really nice and clean and flat look. Now, it depends on where you live, but the next tip is to actually layer 2 duvets or comforters instead of 1. So I know you're saying, Kiva, I'm gonna burn alive. Okay, well, you can get ones with different fill power. You can get ones that are lightweight versus heavyweight. You can get whatever so that you can breathe, and you don't have to layer the 2. But when you layer the 2, you get the extra fluffy look because you just have more feathers on your bed, right? So it gets fluffier, it gets thicker, and that's what we like. We don't want our beds to fall flat. Now, that's really important for the fluff, but if you don't want to layer 2, if that's not possible, here's the next trick. Once you put that duvet on the bed, you want to fold it down. If you have 2, you're just going to fold them down once, but if you only have 1, you're going to fold it down twice. You're going to fold it down on itself that it gets that really nice and fluffy look without you having to have 2 comforters or duvets on the bed. It really, really, really makes a difference. Now that you have your duvets squared away, you know, we've taken care of the hard part. We've already wrestled with the duvet cover. We're good to go. So now we're going to start talking about pillows. The thing about the pillow that tends to look the most frumpy is the pillow overhang, but we're not going to have that with our Luxe bed. So to fix that, what you need to do is take the end of your pillow and you actually just want to fold both overhangs inside. You want to actually hide them inside the pillowcase so that you get a really nice and clean seam. This is a trick that I didn't know, but when I found it out, it honestly blew my mind because it really changed the game. This way you're able to get a really, really nice line on your pillow so that you don't have that overhang that I think just makes the bed look super frumpy. Now that we have our pillowcases on correctly, the next tip is to actually stack your pillows. So a lot of people put their pillows one in front of the other, and that can look nice, but if your pillows aren't really super thick, it doesn't look as sophisticated. And I don't want to force you to go out and buy new pillows because, again, this is about the Luxe look for less. Of course, I can recommend pillows that are really expensive, but with this technique, you can just keep the pillows that you already have. Stack 2 pillows on top of one another on either side. You're going to get a ton of height. Then you can add your throw pillows, and your throw pillows will actually have support from that stack so they look really, really nice and full. When selecting your throw pillows, just make sure to select the throw pillows that are scaled correctly to your bed. If you don't know what that is, I actually have all this information over on my Pinterest, which I'll link down below, but you can really Google it and someone will tell you. And I've already touched on throw pillows, but I want to say it again. The next tip when it comes to having a luxurious bed is adding those throw pillows. I know sometimes we don't want to do it, so you don't need to go crazy. You don't have to do an entire bed in a bag situation where they have 500 pillows and you can't even see the bed. Just do a nice simple arrangement. You can just do your bed pillows with an extra long lumbar pillow. You can do 3 Euro pillows. You can do whatever really works for you and your lifestyle, but just find some pillows that you have a place to actually put in your room. So I have a corner where I put my pillows every night and it's really functional. But the other pillows that are on my bed, I sleep with them. So I make sure it's functional and practical so that it's not overwhelming and I don't have to do a huge switcheroo at the end of the day. When it comes to adding those throw pillows onto your bed, you need to be really, really careful about this. So a lot of people just grab the basic 20 by 20 pillow from, you know, their sofa and they throw it on their bed. And sometimes it's just not scaled correctly. You need them to be nice and full. What I like to do, which I haven't had to do with these ones, but in pillows past, you have to double stuff them. When you double stuff those pillows, you're going to get that really nice and full look that is going to actually adorn your bed beautifully. A lot of the times I see people put throw pillows on their bed and it leaves a lot of their headboard exposed and a lot of their sheets exposed and the parts of the bed that just don't look as nice. If you have really nice and full throw pillows, they really do become the stars of the show and kind of take your breath away. And again, it's about the layering of the pattern and the texture, so have fun with those throw pillows. If all of my bedding is really simple, most of my bedding tends to be gray or white, right? So to add a pop of fun, I went in with the really fun pattern pillows. It's just a really good way to elevate the space, especially if you're not really into artwork above your bed. We have a canopy, so we don't have artwork above our bed, so the way that we added fun was with artistic pillows. Those pillows can take you a really long way, especially if you're in a rental. If you want the luxe look for your bedroom, but you're living in a rental, you don't want to put things into your wall, have fun with those pillows. I promise you it's going to take you very far. Now we have our duvet on the bed and we have our pillows, but we want to take it to the next level. I think it looks really nice and luxe, but I think something that really distinguishes a very luxe looking bed and a less luxe looking bed is the fact that we have done some layering. So I like to layer with a quilt or a coverlet. I love to dress the end of my bed with that. It just adds a new color and a new texture, and the dog likes to sleep with it. So it is the best of both worlds. So sometimes in the summer months, you don't want to get under the duvets at all. So you can just sleep with that quilt, and you don't have to make the bed at all. Other times the quilt is just purely decorative, or you use it when you're sitting in an accent chair, kind of like I am now. You can still use that quilt and have it dress your bed. I think at the end it just adds so much interest, and it ties in the black that you see in the throw pillows down at the base of the bed. I often feel that people kind of stop the design at the top of the bed, and then the rest of it is just kind of like an abyss of bed. It's an abyss of bed, and that's kind of boring. So adding a quilt really jazzes it up. I think a quilt is more than enough, but again, if you want to elevate it even more, add a throw as well. Add a throw that has a color or a texture that's already in the bed, but also have it have something different. So I know I just said have a bunch of times, but bear with me. So I really wanted to add a really fun pattern. So I did the checkered pattern with a brown and black. I don't have any more brown on my bed, but I have brown elsewhere in the room, but I do have black on my bed. So I chose a color that was already in my bed and already in my room to really create a cohesive look throughout my bedroom. The next tip for a luxurious bed, I know you think you're done, but you're not done. The next tip for a luxurious bed is to start steaming. And I know you're like, you want me to steam my bed? You want me to iron my bed? I do. So you don't have to steam or iron your sheets, which I know a lot of people do, but I think it's a waste of time because you can't even see them. Just make sure, as I said earlier, to put them in the dryer so that they get nice and toasty before bed. But I do want you to steam your duvets. I think it just makes them look a lot more sophisticated, and wrinkles just are really cute. If you want a really organic looking bed, that's fine, but you don't need to get them all out. You just want to get them so that everything in the bed lays down nice and flat. It just adds that special touch. So get a steamer or an iron to do that. I find it to be a lot easier with a steamer. And then so that you don't drive yourself wild, steam it and then step back. If you can't see the wrinkles when you step 2 or 3 feet back, it's good enough. If you're looking up close, you're going to be steaming all day long. You're going to be late to work. You're not going to have breakfast, and you don't need to go through all of that. Now that your bed looks nice and luxurious, we need to cater to the feel. So again, you're like, what? Yes, it's about the feel and the look. So the final way to elevate your bed to really help it look nice and luxurious is to have a wonderful scent. So for me, I like to scent my laundry. I like to use the scent boosters, but you can also scent your bed by having a nice candle nearby. That's what I've done. I have this nice italic candle right here, and it is absolutely divine. It is bergamot and blackcurrant, and it smells so good, and it fills the entire space with a really nice and relaxing scent. I believe that the bedroom should be your sanctuary of the home. It should remind you of a spa. So to do that, you have to have things that feel good and things that look good, and also things that smell good, and that's something that you can get with a candle. Okay, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those are a bunch of ways to make your bed look and feel luxurious. I'm telling you, if you start implementing these tips, you're going to have such a different experience in your bedroom. You're never going to want to get out of bed, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. Again, if you want to pick up any of these items from Italic, click the link down in my description box. For people who are placing their first order with Italic and you spend more than $50, you are going to get the original soy candle as a free gift. I swear by Italic. I've talked about them in videos past, in this video, and in future videos because the quality is there. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and check me out on Instagram. And until next time, have a beautiful day.